This morning, we've got 5 rounds of 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. So the movements that we're doing, this is maybe one of my favorite ones. It's just like big whole body movements where there's lots of stuff going on. And in terms of difficulty, I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6, depending on the weight that you're using. But here's what we'll do. So it's going to be for 60 seconds. You'll do a reverse lunge or a clean to a reverse lunge to a press, right? So lots of movements built in. The clean, you're just using one hand here. We'll switch at the 30-second mark. So the clean, you pull it up to your shoulder. Okay, so if you're using a kettlebell, you'll rack it here on your shoulder and let it sit in there. If you're using a dumbbell, you'll just hold it up off of your shoulder. So you're just kind of pulling it up to here. All right, and then from there you reverse lunge, and then from there you press up, and then it goes back down to the floor, and we pull up again. So in 30 seconds, you really might be doing 5 or 6 reps on one side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Okay, so at the end of that 30 seconds, at the end of that 60 seconds, we'll go right into SLDL rows. So again, it's kind of a slow moving one, but we're going to do one side for 30 seconds. So we hinge down, row at the bottom, and then come back up. Hinge down, row at the bottom, then come back up. All right, so 30 seconds, we'll do one side, then 30 seconds, we'll do the other side. And finally, the last one, push up and march. So we're in that push up position. We do the push up, and then we bring a knee up, and then we're back down into the push up. So you might get 10 push-ups out of it, but it's just lots of moving, and we just string together 3 minutes in a row. We rest for 1 minute. We're going to go 5 rounds for a total of 20 minutes. Check my math on that. I have been wrong before. Okay, so Carol, I'll review the first movement once we get going here. But let's go ahead and jump on the roller if you haven't already. And we should still be rolling your lower body. Make sure, let's really focus on getting the front of your thighs today and the inside of your thighs. So you're going to lay on your side and roll out the inside of your thigh. I'm not putting the workout in the chat today because I'm not convinced that anyone ever looks at it. We'll talk our way through it. So again, we're just rolling, making sure, getting the inside of your thigh today. All right. So let's meet here at your hips. If you've done this already, just never hurts to roll over it again or try to find a spot that you didn't get. Let's actually go in between the crest of your hip and your hip bone. So we're way up top there, really close to where your waistband would be. And just getting that small area from front to back. So roll over to your front, get your front right on your hip flexor. You can also roll around to the middle of your back and then on to the other side also. And good, let's go roller just underneath your shoulder blades. You're back a couple rolls. And good. Okay. So just to start, you're going to be lying on your back, push your hips up into a glute bridge. So we push up into that glute bridge, make sure your belly's strong, cheeks are strong. From there, we're going to go into a floor slide. So you reach up above your head, sliding those forearms along the floor. Whenever your forearms come off the floor, that's where you'll stop your range of motion. Or if they're not on the floor ever, just go through the stretch. Check again, making sure as you do this, you're not getting your back arched up. We want to make sure your cheeks are strong the whole time. And good. Let's give one knee a hug, straighten the other leg. Stretching out your hip flexor here. Try to tilt your hips back, your pelvis back, so that your low back is in contact with the floor. And then we're just looking to touch the back of your knee to the ground. And let's switch it up. Moving to the other side. Once you get to the end of that range, you'll notice, if you tilt your hips a little bit more, so like kind of tuck your tailbone under a little bit more and press your low back into the floor, it might actually like lift your foot up. Right? That means we're pretty much at the end of your hip range of motion there. All right, last stretch on your back here. We're going to cross your ankle over your knee. And then whatever leg is that you're resting your ankle on, you'll grab the back of that leg. Just lying on your back. Pull that in towards you. As you pull it in, you can also use your elbow to sort of push your crossed leg away from you. Not only are you pulling in, you're pushing away too. All right, let's switch sides. So if you cross your right ankle over your left knee, you'll grab the back of your left knee. Some people do this with their legs straight too. I think it maybe just helps you to grab a little bit easier. And good, let's go ahead and sit up. We'll go to push-up position. One leg out to the side. So you can move your hips forward and backward here if you like. All right, leaving that leg out there, you're going to take, if your left leg is out, you're going to take your left hand. We're rotating up, trying to point your fingertips at the ceiling. Then we close your shoulders all the way down, and we rotate up again. So we're just going through that range of motion here. And switch sides. Let's go other leg out. Still on all fours. And then we'll rotate up. So close your shoulders down and then open all the way up to the ceiling. And good. We'll go push-up position. And then push your hips up towards the sky. Trying to stretch the back of your legs here. So we'll let our heels drop down. Maybe getting a shoulder stretch out of this also. And good. Then we'll walk it up to standing. All right, and we'll wrap up our warm up with a two-way lunge. So we're going to glue one leg to the ground. We'll step forward with one leg and out to the side with that same leg. So one foot staying put, and we just alternate our lunges, one forward, one sideways. Okay, let's switch to the other side. And relax, okay. All right, so just a reminder, the first movement, we're going 3 minutes in a row. We're going 60 seconds of one movement, 60 seconds and 60 seconds. Then we'll rest a minute. First movement is one hand clean, so you're bringing that kettlebell up from the floor, and we pull it up and rack it here on your shoulder. So we pull up to here, and then we step back. So whatever side the weight is on, you're going to step back with that side. And then finally we press it up. And then we start all over again, back down from the floor. All right. So at 30 seconds, we'll switch sides. We'll move on to the next movement. Okay. Let's get ready to go here in 20 seconds. Grab whatever weight you need. You should just need one kettlebell for this. I think originally when we did this one back in July, and I was out of town and just had one kettlebell. So I think that's where this workout came from. All right, we're gonna get started in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So we're just reaching down, pulling that weight up. We should be able to do a lot of work with your legs there, so it doesn't turn into an upper body movement. I'll call the halfway point. And 30 seconds, let's switch sides. In 10 seconds, we're going to start the SLDL row. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So we just hinge. At the bottom of that hinge, we do one row, then come back up to the top. Ten seconds left on this side. 2, 1, switch sides. Five seconds, push up is next. So here we go, push up. So you're gonna do one push up and then march your knees. So go down, then march your knees up under you. If you get tired, you can just do the march or just hold the plank. "20 seconds left. "5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so we got 1 minute to think about that. I'm just gonna go back up to the top. I'd say with the exception of the push-ups, there's so much different stuff going on in this that we're doing a lot of movements, but not any one movement is getting really, really tired. Push-ups will be tough as we go along though. Keep in mind you can do any variation of the push-up that you need to, whether that's knees down, hands elevated. All right, we're back to the clean reverse lunge and press for round 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. If overhead pressing doesn't work for you, you can just omit that. So you'll just be doing the clean and the reverse lunge. All right, let's switch sides. Going to the SLDL in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. SLDL plus a row. And switch sides. Making sure all that work should be in your hip. If it isn't, just shorten up your movement a little bit so you're not going as far to the floor. Push-ups in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Last minute here. Halfway. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, And relax. About 45 seconds left to rest. Thirty seconds. Okay, we're going back to the top for round 3. Clean, reverse lunge and press. Starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Five seconds. 2, 1. Switch sides. Ten seconds left. Row is next. And here we go, SLDL row. Make sure that back toe is facing down towards the ground. If you find that it's pointing out to the side, probably opening your hips up a little bit too much. And let's switch sides. Ten seconds left. And push-ups, here we go. Halfway. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So part of why that push-up is so challenging is because if you're staying up in that plank position, nothing ever gets a chance to rest. So the principle would be called time under tension. And so when you have time under tension, like those big long sets, it sends different signals to your muscles. And that's just a different way to build strength or endurance. We're using a little bit of that there, being in that plank position for the full minute. 10 seconds back to the top for round 4. Over halfway through here, guys, just 2 rounds to go. Ready? And here we go. Again, if there's a part of any of these movements that doesn't work for you, you can just omit them. Still plenty to do. Halfway, switch hands. Five seconds. 2, 1, SLDL, here we go. And switch hands. Always keeping your chest and shoulders square to the floor here. Don't let yourself turn off to the side. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and push-ups. Twenty seconds left. Ten seconds. 5, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take about 45 more seconds here to rest before we get into the last round. Right back there. Twenty seconds left to rest. All right, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, here we go. Five seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. If you're not going to the floor with that clean, it's okay. You know, if it's just a little pop from here, no problem. Just making sure we're using your hips well with that. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and SLDL. Here we go. "30 seconds, switch hands." "5 seconds. And last minute, last set of push-ups. We're looking for somewhere around 10. Spread those fingertips out nice and wide. The more stretch you can put on your hands, the more help you'll get through the rest of your body. Spread your fingertips out wide. Give them a good stretch. Halfway. "10 seconds. Two, one, and rest. Okay. Take this last minute. Catch your breath. I'm going to take some attendance. Okay, I got everybody. If you got to take off, go ahead. Three seconds left. 2, 1, and that's a day. All right, so maybe that was closer to a 7 than a 6, possibly 8-ish. I guess it all depends on the weight that you're using and how well you stick with the push-ups. It's pretty tough. That's all for today. Enjoy your day today. Looks like it's going to be beautiful all week, actually. And don't sweat the goings on in the world, because we're all going to be friends tomorrow or Friday or Saturday, whenever that stuff gets settled. So, all right, guys, see ya.